Leading up to the first test, what was the message to you? Did you think you were in contention to play?
As everyone, we all had to prepare as we were playing, and 2 days out, you sort of know if you're in your own mind, you sort of know if you're going to play or not. And I felt that I did everything that I could possibly do to prepare for that first test, and I sort of had an inkling probably the last training session that I wasn't going to play, just due to the fact that you generally have that full amp session where everyone's ready to go. So we got notified the night before, and I wasn't playing, and then that's it was up to me to go back to my room and try and think about what I can do to get back into this team.
When are you coming back? Are you going to play in the tour match?
I get back on the second day of that tour match, so it's thankful enough that this Australia A tour has been put on for this exact reason. So if we need to play some cricket, we can actually go over there and play. So I'm fortunate enough to actually be able to go over there.
So you won't actually play you won't get back in time to actually take part?
No, I won't be, no.
Has the losing, sort of not getting to play in the first test, now going to South Africa, having not had that cricket, has it felt kind of like a flow-on consequence from what happened a while ago?
I don't think it is, but we all know that you need to have match practice under your belt, and that was a reason the selectors didn't pick me as well. And my form to date wasn't up to scratch and where they wanted it at. And to be honest with me as well, my gut feel, I do need a couple of games under my belt to get that confidence back.
How much did it hurt to miss a test, knowing that you contributed to it, basically?
Yeah, massive to miss a test. Like, it's as a kid growing up, you want to play in the Ashes, and after that incident, I went back to my room and I was pretty shattered for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I still feel the guilt of what happened. I feel myself, it's led to me to be in this situation at the moment. Things would have been different. I would have been able to play those warm-up games, and I could have pressed my claims to play in that first test. But that's me. I put my hand up, accepted the consequences, and now it's about me trying to put as many runs on the board in these next 2 games and press forward.
So was there a bit more devastation on the Monday when you found out you weren't, officially found out
Yeah,
you weren't playing?
Yeah, definitely. I rang my mum and dad and told them I wasn't playing, and I kind of broke down on the phone to mum, and it's just one of those things that you say you ask your mum and dad, what could I have done better in those situations, and I don't want to really go into it as much, but I've matured a lot since that incident, and now it's all about me trying to play cricket again.
Do you feel like if you do get some form, that you're in Australia's top 6, that you will get a chance to play if you get some form?
I'd like to think that I'm definitely up there for a chance to be back. Hopefully we're winning, and all the guys are scoring runs, so it's going to make it hard for me to get back in. I want that to happen, and that's how fickle this environment is. If you stuff up or you're not scoring runs, the next person's going to take that opportunity. And as long as we're winning, I'm happy.
Whereabouts have you been told where in the order you'll be batting for Australia?
I think for Australia I'm going to be batting 4 at this stage.
Of all the lessons, obviously you've played a fair bit of sport now, all the lessons you've had in sport and life, how tough's this last month or so been in that regard?
Yeah, it's been tough. Reading stuff that you've been writing about me has been a bit hard, but that's the thing that happens. You make mistakes and you suffer the consequences, and you learn from those mistakes. I think I'm a bit more mature now. It's about getting down to business and playing as good cricket as I can and scoring runs for Australia.
Was it a strange experience to miss out on the test, but because of Ed's illness, you actually spent a bit of time out there fielding? Was that strange to not be playing?
Yeah, it was. I was actually quite nervous out there fielding. You go on the field for 1 or 2 overs and you just don't want to stuff up, and to have the opportunity to go out there and cop a bit of banter from the crowd and try and contribute to the team in some way was fantastic. And Ed's recovered now, and I was actually pumped for him to get back out there, because I know he's a type of guy who never wants to miss any cricket at all, and unfortunately he was sick on that day.
Dad said your slate's clean under him. What's he said to you before you head off?
He just said to me to go out there and score runs and be myself. Just get that X factor back that I can have for this team. So hopefully I can score some runs.
So it means be yourself off the field as well?
Yeah, definitely. Still enjoy myself off the field. There's no bans, there's no curfews, there's no nothing. So, as I said, they're the mistakes I've learnt. I've become more mature, and that's off the field as well.
So does that come with some, did he say you kind of don't stuff up again sort of thing? Like it's up to you now, you've got a clean slate, but make the most nice.
No, well, I know if I stuff up again, I'm on the first plane home. So no one needs to tell you that because you already know that, and he hasn't said anything to me about that at all.
Do you feel like you need to still earn respect back with your teammates?
Yeah, definitely. I 100% I do because I stuffed up, and there's a lot of contributing factors to certain things that went on around the team. No one likes a guy disturbing their preparation, and that's what I felt I did, especially with the Champions Trophy. All that stuff came out before that game against New Zealand, and I didn't play. Then everything was about me and not about the team's focus, and that was the most disappointing thing I felt that came out of that.
How did you feel when Mickey Arthur got sacked, given it was days after your?
That's probably another thing that is guttering. I felt that I may have played a part in that, but that's the business that we're in, and James Sullivan explained the reasons why that happened, and that's the thing that we have to do. We're professional athletes. We have to move on from that. And now Darren's the coach, and we respect Darren 100%.
It's not ideal to have to fly to another continent to play cricket and come back. Does this course of action leave you enough time to have an impact in the series? What do you think you can do later in the series?
Yeah, we're on the same time path anyway, so I'm not going to lose much sleep. So it's the ideal thing was that this Australia A Tour was put on at this time for this very reason, so we could go over there and play cricket if need be. I'm just happy that I'm getting the opportunity to go there, and you can see some of these county wickets here. They're nice and green and juicy, and as you saw the wicket the other day, it's a bit dry, so it's a bit different if I was to play a county game here. But I've got the opportunity now to go over to play for Australia A and put some runs on the board.
Given that you're batting at 4 there, does that indicate that they're not thinking of you as an opener now, that you're a middle order prospects in the future?
Yeah, I've been spoken to about batting 6, and that's the role I'm looking forward to, being part of this team. If I get into the team and I bat 6, I'll be doing everything I can to try and fit that Mike Hussey role and come out and have that intent from ball 1, because I see that's the acceleration number in the team. So, his intent that he had over the years that he played was magnificent, and I feel that I can play that role as well.
You take a different mindset though. I mean, you've been an opener all your Test career, not so much your Shield career, but does that take a different thinking process now?
I think it does, because you have to sum up the game situation. You could be coming in at 4 or 5 for nothing, or you could be coming in at 4 or 5 for 400, and then it's up to me to adapt to that situation, to either come out and try and excel, or accelerate from there, or to try and grind it out like the boys did the other night before stumps.
You had that that case in Hobart where you and Nathan batted. I mean, do you enjoy batting with the tail, or is it just too nerve-wracking?
Actually, me and Nathan were talking about it the other day, saying, this is the same situation that we're in, and you never give up, and that's the... I could feel the nerves from those boys, and batting with the tail is good because you can actually help the other guy, and it actually helps him and helps you because you play smarter cricket, I think. I think you can become a bit rational in your decisions when you have another batsman in those situations as well. So I actually enjoy batting with the tail because they're good characters.
So did you take note of how Brad went about it on?
Yeah, he's an experienced player, and that's probably why he's batting at that particular time, and he can help those guys get through those tough situations. And I think all the boys are putting their hand up to bat 11 at the moment, though.
One thing I was going to mention regarding Brad, I mean, if you go just like from Champions Trophy to now, you have a different coach, but another thing is that Brad's in the setup. How much of a difference do you think that makes to the group having him there as that senior guy? Experience
is massive, especially in these situations, and I think because he's kept over here in England, and we can see how hard it is to catch the ball behind the stumps, or in any ball that's in the air, because it just moves a lot. And the experience he brings to the table is a lot. Same with him and Shane and Michael. Guys have so much respect for them, and all the boys always go to them for advice, whether it's how you play in these conditions or how can you prepare in these situations, how can you put yourself under pressure. So to have him around the group's been awesome.
Do you think guys, as a rule, generally just, I suppose, walk tall, or I guess look after themselves a bit better because he's around? Yeah, definitely. He's a guy who will call a spade, and he'll pull you up if you're out of line. And that's the fortunate part I've had of growing up playing with Brad in grade cricket and state cricket. He's always pulled me in line when he felt I was going a little bit wayward. And have him back here is like another father for me in a way. And it's exciting for me, and it's exciting for this team.
Did you shelved your leggies? Are you still?
Well, at the moment, when I saw these wickets when I first came here when we were practicing, I wasn't bowling leg spin. I was getting the red ball and coming off the long run. But at the moment, they're a bit dry, so I might have to start bowling leggies again.
I mean, Is it something you work on? Because there was
Yeah.
a time there in the West Indies when you were getting quite a few overs.
Yeah, definitely. I'm working a lot. I worked a lot during the one-day series as well, bowling the leg spin, because the dry wickets. And here it's just because it was a little bit in the wickets and the ball's swinging. Because I can bowl medium pace. I just tried to bowl as much as I can in the nets. Not just so much just for me, but to help the guys out because we're fortunate enough to have a couple of net bowlers, but we all need to help our teammates out. And I just felt I might have the old 130 km/h delivery
So
to
you
bowl
really
at the captains.
You really want to take over the Mike Hussey role, huh?
Oh, definitely. Well, I think I got him covered for pace though.
Dave, did you have a chat with Joe Root during the test at all?
No, I haven't. Crossed paths a couple of times during the lunchroom, but all that's in the past now. We're professional athletes, as I said, and we move on from that, and we just smile.
With your training since you've been suspended, has there been changes, in terms of being the first there, last to leave type thing?
It's something that I probably caught on from Mike Hussey and Ricky Ponting. They're the guys that, whenever you're up in the change room and you're about to have a shower and you look out there and go, why are they still out there? And you actually start learning that, you got to help your teammates out. You have to do those little things, whether it's you wait behind extra half an hour to do your stuff. A lot of the guys do that. And, I've caught on now that, you need to actually treat this, give it your 100% all. You can't just, go at 60-70% and be content with what, you want to be the professional athlete that you are, and you want to get everything out of this game. And now I've actually started to realise that a lot.
What's with the couch?
Last question.
November's coming up, and I need to start now because I won't be able to grow one, as we saw last year.
Need to waste the last question on that.